We're here at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver.
Will Lutz to kick off for the Broncos.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And here we go at Mile High. Cordero Patterson now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Hey, 10. Right.
Throwing on their first play. Snared by his running back, it's Najee Harris. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Sent down by Cody Barton. Shotgun snap to Fields. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's a Steelers first down. So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, 10. You got a mini base. One. Mayday. Right.
On the carry, this is Najee Harris. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense up to the line fast. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Flushed out of the pocket. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That's P.J. Locke. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB in you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Just one play into this drive, and they're already sitting on their own 45. They motion the tight end over. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Slot man motioned over. From the 48. Into heavy coverage, and that's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage, impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. Caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Sent down by Cody Barton.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Fields out of the gun. Throw complete to Williams. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. From the gun, they go with Harris. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now running for the first time with Jalen Warren. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Fields now on 3rd. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he'd love to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass, and a 4th down instead. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Tremon Smith with the return. And he'll be out of bounds at the 22-yard line on the return. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
They'll run now on 2nd down. And he gets him around 6 there. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on 3rd down.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Now Nick's on 3rd down. Buying some time right. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Here's a give up the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
Let's go now. Let's go.
Throwing on 1st down, Nix. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And it's going to be 2nd down. Now Nix. Completed to Sutton. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Brought to the ground by Dante Jackson.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Alert! Alert! Street! Street! Hey, check that! Check that! Street! Street!
They'll try and pick this up on the ground. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just a field. Will Lutz getting the call on 4th down to put 3 up here for the Broncos. It's a 39-yarder from the left hash. Bertolet able to knock it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Safe to say that one wasn't really well struck, but he did get enough of it to still send it through. I think everybody on the field was holding their breath. Not used to seeing such a short kick flutter so close to the crossbar.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Don't jump, ready?
Carried by Harris here to start the drive. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss. This is Harris on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12.
Here we go. Up, let's go. Right.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
And the Steelers get home. They drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 17 at the 44-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Another try following the sack. Bails out of the pocket quick. On the run right, throw it. This has been a trend. Yet another interception. Dante Jackson takes it away. And the Steelers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Well, Brock, if you like defense, you are loving what you're seeing right now. Consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. It's become a real defensive battle.
Well, let's see here, Kate. We got 1, we got 2. Do I hear a 3rd interception in a row? I'll tell you this right now. These defenders, they are squashing that thought. The defenders are offensive guys with bad hands because they're making it happen.
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes. That's P.J. Locke. And the Broncos get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. Oh, my goodness, Brock. I don't think I've ever seen this back-to-back plays, and we've got back-to-back interceptions.
And I would be stunned here, Kate, floored, if we saw a 3rd in a row right here. It might be the time to remind both of these offensive coordinators.
Full extension, and he brings it in. And he makes the play at full extension. That's a touchdown. The Broncos pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Well, they certainly wasted no time in making that turnover hurt even more. They looked to the end zone on the very first play, Brock, and they connected.
You know, Kate, I love it. It was an ambush to begin the drive. They attacked that end zone against the defense who was out there on short notice and not ready for that sudden change they talk about.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. And well, in the past, we wouldn't have batted an eye as it sails over the end zone, Brock. But with our new kickoff rules in place, that's going to cost them. The football's coming all the way out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Fits it through the middle. At the 20. All the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. George Pickens the touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers tie things 10-10. Now Boswell on to send this away. Returnable from the 2. And it's the equivalent of what a touchback used to be here, up to the 25 before going out. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Go!
Nix from the gun. Got Williams, and it's complete. And they had that one contained right at the line. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the gun, it's Nix. It's taken in by Williams. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Deshaun Elliott with that tackle.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
He's on the move. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he'll be across midfield and close to that 45 before going out. New set of downs for him from the 46. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap to Nix. That's him on the quick hitter. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down. 3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Hey, check, Bobcat, check, Bobcat. Check, hurt.
Nix looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Ready?
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here at Mile High. The Broncos pushing for points.
Let's go now.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches.
Hey, check that.
Another carry for him. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Go.
Throwing here, Nix. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Peyton Wilson. And the Steelers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda. If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
It's caught right side by Freiermuth. And he gets this across the 10 before stepping out.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable. It creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short.
Here we go, son.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Throwing the out route. He loses the football. And the Broncos corral it.
You're using this play to try for a first down, but also set up whatever in your back pocket for third down. But you know what? Throw it all away. None of it matters now if you can't hang on to the doggone football. And the defense pounces on that one in a hurry.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And he's able to get this down to the 13. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a 1st and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They stay on the ground with Williams. Is across the line for the Denver touchdown. The Broncos take the lead just before halftime. Javonte Williams, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
These great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Patterson now to return it. And look at this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
No mas, no mas. Hey, can't. Right.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. Final shot before halftime. Oh no, they get him yet again. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos do not get the return all the way back. That's going to bring us to the end of our first half. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Now Now Boswell on to send this away. Here's Smith on the return. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him. Just into the ground to end that return.
Their own 21-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Set. Ready.
Nick's now to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Roll. Down. Check, Panther. And up.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42.
Set. Go, Rick. Go. Ready.
Back-to-back carries here. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
18 Cardinal. Come on. Street. 19.
Second half starts with a run by Williams. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Tackle made by the special teams ace Miles Killebrew. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Set.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Reload. Hey, check that. Street. Smash. Hurt. Right there. Hurt. Hunt.
Another run for Williams. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love 3rd down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball, but a 3rd down run for a 1st down can be so demoralizing to that defense.
Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Vacates quickly left side. It's his running back. And he works this to the 38 before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Tackled by the venerable Cameron Hayward. Call it no gain, maybe 1 at best on that play. That leaves him with 3rd and 2.
Let's go now. Check. Bring it. Hey, smash Broncos.
Back to the well again. Ooh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
He's back to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that first down before the hit.
So close to getting off the field. The fourth down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another fourth down.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Straight ahead with Williams. And that plunge is going to garner a couple of yards. Patrick Queen arranging in for the tackle. 2 yards on the pickup, and that leaves him with third down and 3. Here's Nix to throw. And they pick him off again. And the Steelers will take over as he records his first interception of our season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Wilson with it on first. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Shotgun snap for Wilson. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those true throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Wilson now. Buys time, rolling right. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up. This forces the incompletion.
And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. That punt goes 63 yards. And the Broncos get set to take over. They've got first down from the 31.
Here we go.
Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Cortland Sutton, the man he was after. So that brings up second down.
Ready up. Set. Hurt. Set.
Give now to the running back. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Met and stopped by Alex Highsmith. Only a yard for him that time, so now third and 9.
Go.
Nix. Getting out to his... Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up fourth down. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Starts his return from the 23. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Officially a 69-yard punt. What a kick. And the Steelers will take over possession. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On first down, it's Wilson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. From the gun, they go with Harris. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. In on the tackles, Jonathan Cooper. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Throwing on third, Wilson. On the move, headed right. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And that return comes to an end as they touch him down. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And they pick him off again! And the Steelers, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. The team total is now up to 5, Brock. 5 times they've picked this offense off.
Say it a third time for me, Kate, would you? Twist the knife for all the fans of this offense watching at home.
5 interceptions in one game. You just got to marvel at how well they played in coverage from start to finish.
Yeah, this goes beyond marveling. This goes to best case scenario in their game plan. This is one of those special games where absolutely everything is clicking. These defenders...
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. We'll see them tackle second. Motioning Williams left. They'll send him up the middle. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Working quickly here. 3rd and goal, Wilson. He rolls to his right. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Pat Surtain has it. And the Broncos take over following their 5th team interception of this ball game. There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a 1-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now.
Yeah.
They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, if you throw the ball away, you're literally throwing points away with that pick. I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Nix again on 2nd and 10. They did it! He made the interception! And the Steelers have some new life in the 4th.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 41-yard line.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. That one hits for 30. And it'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. 1st down throw for Fields. Forced out to his right. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here we go, son. Easy.
Throwing again on second down. Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Fields on third. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And that brings things a little closer here late.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the three, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Here's Smith on the return. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he's able to push this ahead to around the 27. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Second and 6 coming up here. From the 27. Completed to Sutton. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
They send a tight end in motion. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
When you call that 1st down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. They'll take that every single time.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Lone back gets the handoff. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The Steelers calling their 1st timeout. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7.
Let's go.
He'll throw it. Chased out to his right. The sideline shot snagged by Sutton. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Running back sent in motion. Back to throw it. He finds him beyond the And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They come through with 6 yards there, Brock, and they're rewarded with a new set of downs.
Oh, I love fourth downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
Alert! Alert!
On first down, they'll run. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Now, before we reach the 2-minute warning, we've got a timeout. That's the second one used by the defense in this half. Offense to the line for second down.
Go, Reed! Go! Unlock line! Unlock up street! Street! Hey! Hey! Check that! Check that! Huh.
They give it to him again. And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Now with 2:09 left on the clock, we got a timeout from the defense.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Extra man in the secondary for the Steelers. Third down coming up.
Check go!
Looking to throw. He's on the move. Looking right, and he finds him. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Hey, check that! Street! Go! Ready?
Give to Williams from the gun. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. On the return, here comes Austin. Returns looking good so far. Oh, still going! And he's going to make it back for the touchdown. What a return! And from the brink of defeat, Brock, they're now an extra point for being all tied up. The advent of a new style of kickoff in 2024 created all sorts of new strategies to generate big returns. And Brock, here, we see their own design executed to perfection to spring them for 6.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen a rule change that has invigorated special teams coaches, head coaches, all the coaches, as much as this one did this offseason, each looking for their own wrinkle to try to throw in there and do what we just saw, break it the length of the field for 6 big points.
What do you think, Brock? Can we get dueling kick return touchdowns, huh? Let's find out. The kick is away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. brushes him off with ease. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. But don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon. And give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10.
Broncos switch. Go.
A run with Williams. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got a tackle behind the line, but a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
On 2nd down, a run with Williams. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Call that a modest improvement. 3 yards that time, but still a 3rd and 7 upcoming. Here comes Will Lutz. A lot riding on this field goal try. Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty. Last thing they wanted to do was make this field goal try easier, but they were jumpy, and they did just that. An entire game coming down to the leg of Will Lutz. This only a chip shot from the right hash. That one is good! And that, folks, is your game winner!
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
On the return, here comes Austin. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building.